Hello there. In today's video, I'm going to demo the Tidewave IDE. On the past two videos, we tested together the toolbar and Tidewave Connect, but we tried those new features inside our own CLI agents, which is great, and some people love that. But if you're like me, maybe you prefer a graphical user interface. And if that's your case, then the IDE is the perfect product for you. It has the same features that the toolbar and Connect has, like the ability to let your agents drive a browser. You have more rich context from the front-end files by doing point and click, vision mode. However, we have more features here, like task boards, which allow your coding agent to break large tasks into smaller ones. And this one is my favorite, code review. Reviewing code inside Tidewave the IDE is such a breeze that I never want to go back to manually checking diffs on my terminal. And again, because this is the same Tidewave package under the hood, we give your AI agent the same context, meaning runtime introspection, access to up-to-date documentations, the ability to query your database directly with no need to run PSQL. And something that is very important to clarify here is that the IDE is not a harness. We work on top of your existing harness. If you love Claude Code or maybe Open Code and you think that's the most optimized harness in the market, don't worry, we're not gonna stand in your way. You can keep using that. But that's enough talking. Let's just install this IDE. The first step, and the most obvious one, is you need to download a desktop app. And yes, we do have support for Windows and Linux. Once you do that, you can search for tidewave.app in macOS, press enter. Once you do that, you're going to open your default browser with this interface. Now, I already used Tidewave IDE quite a lot, so I need to open up a new space. This is the first page that you're going to see. So, step number one was download the desktop app. Step number two is adding Tidewave to an existing app. I just generated a new Phoenix app from scratch. The only thing that I did on this new code base was upgrade Elixir and Erlang to the latest versions. And once you have this open on your terminal, you can press on the interface, add Tidewave to a new app. I'm going to select Phoenix, copy these instructions, go back to my terminal, paste this here, click enter, compiling Igniter, setting up Igniter. We're going to fetch a couple of dependencies. All right, that is done. If we check what files were created, we added new dependencies and a new line on the endpoint file. Now, I'm going to commit this, git add, then git commit -m add Tidewave. All right. And I have this set up on my personal GitHub. So I'm going to push this. Great. The final step is starting your server. Okay. Now going back to the Tidewave IDE, done. Next step. My Phoenix app is running on port 4000. I'm going to click connect. Connecting to Tidewave, connecting to codecs. Now this is reusing some configuration that I already have, but I'm gonna go over the initial configuration with you guys. I'm gonna close the web view for now. Let's click to configure our providers. Click providers. For now, I'm going to disconnect codecs. I'm also going to disconnect Claude Code because I want to keep using Open Code. Let me click restart to see if everything is working. All right. And you can change some default configurations here, like your editor. Something that I really like on the Git settings page is the commit with assisted by. By default, only Claude Code uses the message like co-authored by Claude Code. And I like this. I like having visibility over which harness and which LLM made this change, so I love this feature. Now, on your left, we have lots of tabs. The first one on the left shows you all your running apps So if you want to work in parallel, you can have multiple different code bases here. I only have one. Then the second icon is the web interface where you and your agent can work together. Now I'm going to refresh this page. Okay, so all I had to do was refresh Tidewave and whatever cookies were interfering with my page are no longer here. On the third icon is where you can see all the changes in the working tree. And the final one is task boards. Now for this one, we should probably do another full tutorial because this is powerful. So in order to select which model you want to use, you can go down here, no model selected. I'm going to click on open code. You know what? For this video, I think I want to use Kimi K3. Let's see how good it is in front-end coding. I'm using the open code Zen. You can change the mode between plan and build. I'm going to keep it at build. You can also change your branch in case you want to create a new one, but I'm going to keep working on main. Now on the right, obviously, we have our browser, and we have a ton of goodies here. First one and most obvious, you can manually change the URL. You can refresh the page, open in an external tab, test the responsive design, enable vision mode, and this is great if you want to allow your agent to record demos. And the same buttons that we have on the Tidewave toolbar are also here. So let's say that I want to point and click. I want to click on this div, and that already gets selected in my prompt. And whatever I click here is going to be pasted in my prompt. But I'm going to delete those. I just want to select the theme switcher. And here's my question. Help me build a third theme called Solarized. All right, let's see how Kimi does in front-end coding. While Kimi is working, you can see that the same toolbar features are here, like the accessibility. You can click here to run a check on this homepage. And if you click to fix, instead of copying a prompt for you to paste in your terminal, that is going to paste the text in this chat. And the final one, diagnostics. If there are any errors, particularly on the front end, you can see them here. Now, this is important. Kimi started editing some files. So you can see a div down below saying +3 lines of code and -2. If you click here, that is going to open up the diff view, which in my opinion is the best feature from Tidewave IDE. Now we have a lot of stuff going on here. I'm going to close my spaces so I can focus only on this. And currently I don't want to review the code. I just want to review the preview to see if Kimi is either hallucinating or doing a good job. Okay, I can see a new button here. I'm gonna wait for Kimi to finish. It's running mix pre-commit, which includes a bunch of checks. Oh, it's trying to execute a browser script. Okay, this is the best part of Tidewave. Whoop, ladies and gentlemen, this is magic. Look, I'm not doing anything. Okay, my hands are up, and Kimi is doing these changes by himself. You can even see an animation of a cursor clicking around. That's crazy. Done. The Solarized theme is live and verified. Here's what changed. Added a third-party Daisy UI theme block named Solarized. No JavaScript changes were needed. It verified the work, mix pre-commit passes, and that's the most important part. Clicking the swatch button sets data theme equals Solarized. That's the hard part to automate without Tidewave. Front-end needs to be clicked around. You cannot simply run TypeScript tests on your front end and say that it's good to go. No, we need to click around. And I got this from Tidewave. Now let's see the diff. Here's why I keep saying that this diff experience is top notch. You can see here 2 unreviewed, right? Let's say that I think this is good to go. I'm going to click mark as reviewed, and that's it. Now, if I go back to my web interface, then go back to the code review, I can still see that this app CSS file is reviewed. You can undo this, but I'm going to keep this as reviewed. And the other thing that I absolutely adore here, can you see this plus button? Let's click here. Once I click here, this diff is pasted on my chat. I can also select multiple lines at the same time. I'll ask a question here. What does js.dispatch do? All right, js.dispatch is a Phoenix Live View command that dispatches a custom browser DOM event. Very cool. Let's say that I think this is good to go. I'm going to mark everything as reviewed. And now on my top right, I can select to commit everything or only the reviewed files. So I'm going to click here, commit reviewed. Do you want to create a commit on a new branch? Nah, I think I'm good on main. And you can read the prompt that Tidewave injects into the chat. Use Git to commit the staged changes. At the end of the commit message, append assisted by, and do not use co-authored by. Very important. Okay, committed. Add Solarized theme to the theme toggle, assisted by Kimi K3 via Tidewave. I gotta say, this is amazing work. And if you think your work here is done, you can click here to push to origin. There you go. And you can start a new chat. Then go back to your web interface, click around, or maybe don't click around, simply press whatever feature we have available, like the accessibility scan, and then let your agent fix it on a new chat. If you want to focus on your conversation, you can disable all the tabs and just focus on the chat. And once the agent is done here, you can always go back to your past conversations, like the first one we did, or go back to this most recent chat. Anyways, these are just a couple of the rich features that we have inside Tidewave IDE, and I do have plans of showcasing more advanced features. But this, personally, is my preferred way of using Tidewave. Full-blown GUI power. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know if you want to learn anything else about the IDE, and see you next time.